Hi, I'm Dorothy van Tret. I'm the founder and the creative director of Dorothy van Tret, Design and Decor Consultants. So I've been in business, in this amazing business of design, for 30 years. It was the other day that I can remember presenting my portfolio to the IID and nervously as a beginner wondering what this journey was going to be. Looking back on it, the IID has been an amazing support. They've been amazing on their following the journey with me, giving me knowledge, information, encouragement when the going was tough. I loved the meetings we had, meeting my fellow colleagues. And so starting off right from the beginning, I built my business from a very small entity, and I've grown it into a really global competitor in the design field. So I do projects locally, I do projects right throughout Africa, and I have such a passion and heartbeat for our continent. I love this continent. I see the potential in this continent, not only in design, but in the people and in the amazing creativity that we've had. So I love working in Africa. I did a big hotel of 240 rooms in Lagos, one of my largest projects. And really I got into the swing of what this continent's about and the amazing creative spirit that we have here. So from the humble beginnings, one of the things I made a decision to do was to really work with the absolute best that I could, no matter how small the project was. And I started so small and grew this business, and I took every single opportunity that I could take to be able to impact the lives of those people that I came across. I wanted to be an interior designer that actually made an impact, not just for my clients, but also on the people along my journey with me. And by that I mean the contractors, my suppliers. And so I developed this incredible network, and the IID has enhanced that network all the way through my journey. In the beginning, I was given the opportunity to be part of the Star Home Show, and with the competitive spirit that I have and wanting to do some extraordinary things, I entered each single year for 5 years. And actually every year, my team and I, we walked away with top prize. But that wasn't what it was about. It was the lives we were impacting. It was the inspiration we were leaving behind us. And that's been my journey. The opportunity came to enter the world's interior design competition, which I did, and I was really blessed to win the contemporary and the classical divisions as the world's best designer. For me, that was my highlight of my career. But it was not without the support of my colleagues, obviously my family, and the IID. And I just took my passion of design, and I came through many other different career paths, but the passion I have for interior design has really led me on an amazing adventure. The adventure has been something that it's indescribable. And for those people wanting to go into a career in design, the opportunities are what you make it. The opportunities are phenomenal. I have had the most colorful, amazing life in interior design. I cannot even think of a day where I wasn't excited about being in this profession. It's been a hard journey, it's sometimes tears, and the most important thing, each challenge got bigger and bigger and bigger, but the important thing was the bigger the challenge, the more I realized that was inside of me. And so I would reach deep down inside of myself, and I would do it afraid anyway. So if I was asked to do any form of media or speeches or conference speaking, I took the opportunity to share my knowledge and to impact those people's lives around us. Now, over the last few years particularly, I've realized the dynamic impact that design has on communities. By this I mean that the value add of the jobs we create as interior designers is phenomenal. When I step onto a construction site and I see the designs being implemented, and I see those guys carrying the bricks and the plasterers and the guys doing the paint and the people doing the shop fitting, I look around me and I go, it's not just about me and my client and what I'm doing. As designers, we are impacting this continent. We are creating job opportunities. We are training. And just on that note of training and accepting a challenge and accepting an invitation, Garden & Home many years ago asked me would I address their readers. And so we started in these little ARB spaces, and I spoke about color, and I spoke about design and forms and shapes. And it was as though we had arrived in a town with my big blue truck and my team, and we'd set up, and we would teach and train and speak to those people that just had an interest in design. As the months went by, and I did this once a month, as about 2 years of this once a month going around the country, I didn't realize the impact it was having. And the readers were asking Garden & Home, could she please write a course? I said yes. I wrote a course, and we ran that for many years. It then became a correspondence course, which I ran for 12 years as a separate part of my company. We grew that, and we had evaluators, and we did 2,500 students came through our doors in those 12 years. Some of them were just fascinated with interior design. Some were already designers, some were architects. We even had 6 inmates from Maxi prison. And it was phenomenal how one man's life was changed, that he set up the workshop in the prison. And he used my pictures of the furniture through correspondence to set up that workshop, to develop the furniture in the workshop for the prisons. He has been released, and he now has a factory in Riet. So as designers, I encourage you to take that gift of creativity and to really embrace it wholeheartedly, and to make an impact, to accept invitations, to say yes when you need to make a design comment, to be part of the IID, to come to the meetings, and to live a life in design that's whole and rich and filled with color. I'd so encourage you to be part of the IID. They have been such an integral part of my journey. And I still, with fondness, as I said, remember my first time I had to present what I was about. So simple, and yet a little becomes much when we place it in the master's hands. And my projects are huge and have taken me around the world. And my creativity has just expanded and expanded like a muscle that you use in the gym. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. And the third thing that I want to impart as well is that what I've done throughout my design career is to continuously be learning and going to functions and going to training and going to different design fairs and being part of Decorex and being part of all the different things that come across our paths, and really to be in the flow of design and not sitting on the sidelines. Because when we sit on the sidelines, we become isolated. We're like a coal that falls out of the fire. We lose our spark and our heat and effectiveness. And so be part of that. And the IID is certainly a major player in my life and has had such an impact on me as an interior designer. An important part of my journey was the realization that having a design firm actually was about running a business. And when I got a real revelation of this, I realized that what goes into a business, what do I need to produce, work of excellence, staff that are motivated, delivery on time, delivery within budget, making sure we made a profit, that we paid our suppliers on time, that we had a name of integrity. And I think I'd like to touch on that, which I find very important. Your name is more precious than silver and gold, and a good name is one of the most valuable assets you can have. And so it's paying your suppliers on time, having integrity in the marketplace, getting the APRO books back on time, really working with integrity, delivering color boards that have high value to your clients, and just keep that name of yours shining like a star out there, that clients can depend on you, suppliers can recommend you, that you become someone in the marketplace that really, really works with value, integrity, and impact. And for me, that's been one of my goals, is to always work with integrity and to keep my name as squeaky clean as possible. And the IID has made such a valuable contribution to this, because within that they give guidelines as to how do you structure your fees, how to deal with anything that could possibly be a question in how you deliver a contract. So the IID has got some very solid material which they share to us as members. And yeah, so running the business and not running it as a hobby are such valuable parts to my journey. In my journey of design, I have found that belonging to a professional body has really added professionalism to my career. And it's not just in the design industry, but also in other industries, within the business world. So belonging to a professional body really adds that layer of professionalism, credibility, and for me that's really very, very important. So on a business level, I'm part of the Women's President Organization, the WPOs. I'm part of various other business women organizations, the WOW Women of Worth organization, and I've been on the board of the International Federation of Interior Designers, which is a global organization. And with the IID, I find that being part of that organization adds that level of professionalism. It gives my clients that sense of knowing that because I'm part of that organization, there's a level that they can expect, a level of professionalism, there's a level of integrity, credibility. And I personally think that it's vital that if you are going to be in the design industry, that you belong to the bigger body, the umbrella that's over you. And the benefits of being part of the IID are enormous. And one of them is that I find that just the fact that you can say to your suppliers, I'm part of the IID, say to a client, I'm part of the IID, it gives that sense of credibility. That IID logo can go onto your business cards, which is on my business card. And I'm so proud to hand a card out and they look at it and say, oh, you're part of the IID. I'm really proud to be able to be part of it. Secondly, I feel part of the bigger team. You know, my teammates, we may all be competitive in the field of design. However, we are so linked by what is it that we experience. Another aspect I really love about being part of the IID is that sense of being part of a group, the sense of being part of the team, a sense of belonging. And I think that's one of the most innate needs of a human being, is to be part of something, part of something bigger than just themselves. It gives me a sense of vision. It enlarges my thinking, and it creates for me a sense of a largeness in my thinking, as opposed to small, just being in my studio, isolated, as a little isolated entity. I truly believe it's it enhances my sense of who I am and my identity, and it develops my brand in the sense that I'm part of IID. So I would encourage you to definitely be part of it. There's some other factors that are really important, and that is from a marketing point of view. They are continuously developing their websites. They are promoting the designers that they have, promoting the work that you've done, promoting projects you've finished, promoting pieces that you may have written. And I think as members actually of the IID, just for us also to remember how valuable and how important it is to be sending that information, and to send that, then they promote it on their websites, they put it onto their social media, and there's this wonderful networking. And to see your competitors at meetings and then to engage with them as your colleagues, there's something special about that. Another benefit which I really find so valuable is that they have continued professional development, and that is continual learning, the CPD points. And so for me as a designer, I'm able to go to workshops, attend seminars, where everyone that we go to actually adds to those points. So what I find that instead of being isolated, I'm actually part of learning and growing and developing as an interior designer. And so I find that so valuable that I can continuously grow my knowledge, which is one of the most important things in this industry. And the IID definitely is a huge support in growing my knowledge, because they present the platform of so many different opportunities to be able to go and listen to speakers and to really, really get an understanding of what this profession is about. I also enjoy going to their meetings where it's like AGMs and things like that, where they bring up where they're going, what the future is. And so one can be involved in the committee if you want to, in whatever area of expertise you've got. So the opportunities are huge for the IID to actually be able to share the gifts you have with the committee so that you can influence other people's lives. And I really encourage you to go for it, to become part of the IID and to take what they offer. And I think that's actually the secret, is not just to have a logo on your business card, but actually to be part of it and to know what is the network available to me and be consistently sending information. So what you put into the IID is what you're going to get out. So if you've only got the logo on your card, then it's not going to be of such value. So when your subscription time comes around, you're going to go, well, what was that all about? But it's really vital to understand, what is this organization? What can I get involved with? What are the values of it? And to embrace the fullness of the IID and not just a logo on your card. So I encourage you, join and then embrace the fullness, because it can only but enhance you as an interior designer, because the knowledge that you're going to be getting, it's going to enhance your confidence because of you being able to mingle with like-minded people. It's going to also give you the knowledge that you need of how to structure a fee structure, because there's there are excellent things that they have for us as designers, where it helps us to put a contract together, it helps us to put fee structures together. And we have done a lot of corporate offices over the years, but we were presented with another one the other day, which is an international one that we're going to be working with in the Netherlands, from the Netherlands. And I wanted to just check if my pricing was in line with that my pricing was in line. So we researched, went on the IID, my pricing was way out of date. So we were able to make sure that we upgraded and updated all my pricing. So they really are current, and they are an amazing benefit in running your business, enhancing your skills and knowledge, and helping you to network and to gain confidence and to be part and connected to an amazing group of fantastic people. Another benefit is actually another benefit of being part of the IID is that they are involved with policy making and decision making on a very high level in government. So when there's anything relating to the design industry, the IID actually represents their members at that level of decisions being made in the design industry which directly would affect us as members. And so I think that covering over us and that motivation to ensure that the design industry has a voice in government is vital. And I really also appreciate that as part of the benefits of the IID.